Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through each of the ABRSM theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets which you can download in US letter or A4, and they accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best be prepared for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time come exam day. So if you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel and do share out the videos. And now we're going to continue with practice paper S from grade 3, the 2019 practice paper booklet. We're going to start with question 3 now. So if you turn with me to page 16, we can have a look at this together. And so we're asked to write some scales here. Now, before we get cracking on these questions particularly, I do suggest that it's always a good idea to just write out your circle of fifths. You only need to go up to 4 sharps or 4 flats for this grade, so you don't need to do the whole circle. If you're not sure how to do that, then do check out my video on the circle of fifths. I'll put the link in the cards and in the description box, and it's in the playlist Music Theory for Everyone. But if you get used to writing this down quickly, you've got all your major and minor key signatures down in one quick blow, as it were. And then you haven't got to keep thinking about it. It's always down and safe and secure so that you don't get nervous or stressed and just keep forgetting, and also saves time. Instead of having to keep thinking of these things over and over, you just think of it once and it's job done. And so if you've done that, these next questions suddenly become easy peasy. So we are using semi-breves, so we don't have to worry about stems and going up and down and so on. We need to write 1 octave of the scales below. So here we're going to have to write F melodic minor ascending. We're in the treble clef and we're going to be going upwards, ascending. No key signature, but with the necessary accidentals. So first job, let's just get the blobbers in the right place. So we're in F major. We need to start pretty low. Sorry, not F major, F minor. We need to start pretty low and just ascend upwards. So we'll start on this F here. Now scale literally means step. And so we are stepping up this ladder system. So space, line, next door step, space, line, space, line, space, line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's our octave, and we've begun and ended on F. Every good boy deserves football, so we know that we're correct. So we don't need to add a key signature, but we do need to bear in mind what that key signature would be. And so F minor is related to A flat major, which has B, E, A, D flat. So you either need to refer to your circle of fifths or just revise those so you've got those to hand, as it were. So we need to add B, E, A, D flats first of all. Now this is where it's really important that you do work in pencil, because we're going to have to do some rubbing out, but it's worth just writing everything out, just to take everything one step at a time, one stage at a time, rather than trying to think of too many things on the go and then we'll make mistakes. So let's add that in order. So B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats. So that's the basic minor form, but we need to make it melodic minor. And in the ascending form, the 6th and the 7th degrees of the scale are raised. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's our octave. So 6 and 7 need to be raised. They are flats. And so if you see, like, a D flat raised becomes a natural, an E flat raised becomes a natural. So we just need to get rid of those flats now, but it's worth adding in just to keep the process intact. And so, oh dear, I got a bit carried away there. Best if you didn't rub everything out, but never mind. Easily popped back in again. Now you can just leave it like that because they are naturals. If you want to show that you know the process and you've raised those, you can do that. They are redundant in a sense, they're not doing any extra job, so if you wanted to, you could put them in brackets. Any one of those will do. There we go, so that's that one done. And now we'll move on to this next one. So we're going to do E major, descending, coming down with a key signature. And so if you've got your circle of fifths or you've revised these, you should know that E major has got 4 sharps, F, C, G, D sharp. So let's just pop those in. We're in the bass clef, so popping those in appropriately. F, C, G, D. So we're going to have to start reasonably high. We're going to need ledger lines one way or the other, so I'm going to start here. Scale in step, so descending down, space, line, space, line, space, line, space, line, stepping down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's G, F, E. That's correct. And so that's that question completed. Let's press on. So still more key signature work to be done here, and this is why you can see if you've done your circle of fifths, you've done all you think, and you're just quickly referring back to what you've already thought of, saving loads of time and loads of effort. So we have 2 jobs to do. We've got to write the key signature and we've got to write the tonic triad of the following keys. Watch out for your clefs, they're going to keep changing. So G major has a key signature of F sharp, so that's soon done. And of course the tonic of G major is G, very good. And then we have the first, third and fifth. So we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when you're writing a tonic triad, if you're starting on a line, it's line, 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 1, 3, 5. If you're starting on a space, it's just space, space, space. So B flat major has a key signature of B flats and E flats, which in the bass clef are positioned as such. And then good boys, there's our tonic B flat, first, third, fifth. There's our tonic triad. Keeping them aligned one on top of the other, because basically you're playing a chord there, as it were. So C sharp minor for this next one is related to E major, which has a key signature of F, C, G, D, positioned in the treble clef there, and then the tonic C sharp, F, A, C sharp does the key signature, does that for us, first, third, fifth, C, E, G. There we go. Of course it's G sharp, but your key signature's done that for you. So A minor is related to C major, which has no sharps or flats, so nothing needs adding there. And then the space is in the treble clef, F, A, C, E, F, A, first, third, fifth. And finally, E flat major has a key signature of 3 flats, B, E, A flats in the bass clef now. B flats, E flats, A flats, and then the tonic is E, all cows eat, or whatever little poem helps you with your bass clef, first, third, fifth, E, G, B. There we go, that's that question soon completed. And moving on to the next question. So question 5, again we need to be conversant with our key signatures to know about the major and minor intervals. So again, if you've got those at your fingertips, that is so much more helpful. So we have to describe the number of the interval, counting, and then we have to describe whether it's major, minor, perfect, or so on. So let's just do the counting first of all. For this one, we're in A major in the bass clef, counting from A. So A is the first, and we always count this given bottom note as 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, line, space, line, space, line. So it's a fifth. That went a bit wonky. Oh, shall I do that again? Dearie me. I think I'm losing a bit of pencil there. There we go. A bit more pencil to work with. There we go. And so we know that fourths, fifths and octaves are perfect. There's no major or minor scenario, so it's just a perfect fifth. If you want to know why that is, have a look in my video where I talk about each interval in turn. So there's 7 videos there, first for all of those, octaves, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh and so on, in all of the forms, and I talk about why these are called perfect. That's in the playlist Music Theory for Everyone. If you want to do a little bit more thinking about that, do check that out. But for now we'll press on. So we're moving into the treble clef C minor, so we're counting from C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a 7th, so that's half marks, and now we need to talk about whether it's major or minor. So we've gone from C to B flat. Don't forget the key signature is active, that is a B flat. Now C major, we know, has no sharps or flats. And major means greater, minor means lesser. The B flat makes the interval smaller, it closes the gap, and our key signature of C minor does have B flats in it, which makes that interval smaller or minor. Let's move on. So G minor, counting from this low G in the bass clef, we've gone from G to A, 1, 2, so that's a second. And then let's look at that. So from G to A, the key signature is B flats and E flats, so the A is not affected. G to A is the full step. So although it's part of the minor scale, it's a major interval, it's a full step, as it would have been in the major scale as well. It's a full step, it's not been made smaller. We can see it's a full tone, so that's a major second. If you want to look at tones and semitones, that video is also in there, the playlist Music Theory for Everyone as well, looking at full tones and semitones there. However, that's a major second. Let's move on. So counting from this low A flat in the treble clef, we have a key signature of B, E, A flats and D flats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an octave, so you can either say eighth, or you can say octave in shorthand, or you could even write out the full octave there. And of course, fourths, fifths and octaves are perfect. So that's that. Now then, this last one, F sharp minor, so we count from this low F sharp, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6th. Now it's quite tricky thinking from F sharp to D sharp, is that major or minor? So what I suggest you do, just to visualise that, you think, well, F to D, we know that D is part of F major, that is a major 6th, and so if we just parallel move that, if F to D is major, F sharp to D sharp is major, we've still got that full interval there, so that's a major 6th. So that's that question completed. We'll look at the next questions in the next video. I do hope this is helping you with your studies. I hope you're enjoying getting to grips with this subject. I'm certainly enjoying working through it with you. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. And please also do visit sharonbill.com and browse through all of the resource and information that's available to help you there. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye.